Now, sir, even if a law is promulgated for the objects, the 8 objects mentioned in Article 19, even then it can only pass constitutional muster if they are reasonable.
Yes.
Now, the reasonableness.
ये इसकी एक और कॉपी दे दें. हाँ, मिल गया. It's 2022 SCMR 1267. सलाउद्दीन साहब को दीजिए. You can skip the factual aspects and you can turn to paragraph 4. Leave is granted to consider the following.
Whether Section 20 of PICA and any other provision thereof violate Article 19 of the Constitution, whether the defense of truth is undermined by Section 20 of PICA by criminalizing defamation, whether the criminalization of defamation negates, dilutes and or suppresses the fundamental right of freedom of speech and expression, whether, my lord, this would cover exactly
read on.
Whether an anomalous situation is created if both a civil case claiming damages on account of defamation and a criminal prosecution for defamation proceed and or to do so simultaneously, and whether this would undermine the fundamental right of a fair trial and due process enshrined in Article 10A of the Constitution, whether by invoking PICA against victims of sexual harassment and victims of other crimes amounts to silencing them and perpetuates injustice, whether Section 20 of PICA deters the wrong from accusing the wrongdoer and infringes the permission specifically granted to the wrong, that Allah does not like that evil should be uttered in public except by one who is wrong, Al-Quran, Surah Nisa 4 verse 148, whether the petitioners could have recourse to this court without having filed ICA, and then, my lord.
The other one, 2 technical ones. Does this, I think this is much more than what you're saying.
Yes, my lord.
Have we left out something?
No,
here?
this covers most of what I intended to argue before your lordship, which I made my submissions on.
So had you not read this order?
My lord, I had not seen this.
आप पहले कहते तो हम इसको भी लगा देते साथ में केस को.
Sir.
So I think इसको पर I don't want to, because it's a matter pending. Either we fix it with this one, but this is specifically to journalists, and that is not really specifically to journalists, but it's the. I'll tell you what the difference is. In a way, it will be on their rights. Here you are asserting journalistic rights. This case, on the contrary, is pushing journalism back. And these are my private rights, don't interfere. So, do you see what I'm... because, you know, privacy, paparazzi, and they chase people or take pictures from drones and stuff like that. So that may be contrary to what you are saying, because journalists will say, why can't I do so? And this is a pushback.
My lord.
So,
my lord, perhaps this aspect then, Article 19.
Maybe we agree with the just Athara Millah's judgment, that words, but privacy, since he did not touch upon, and since the matter is already before this court in this other case, maybe we can just leave it aside, or alternatively, if you feel strongly, become a party in that petition and come there.
May I make a suggestion, sir? As far as my Article 19 challenge and Section 20 PICA challenge is concerned, that obviously covers common ground with that case, with Misha Shafi's case. That aspect can be heard when that file is called, or when that appeal is heard. The other aspect of this case regarding the abuse by FIA, which I was earlier talking about, were cognizable, non-cognizable. There are 3 or 4 other issues. Perhaps then I can go to those right now and reserve the part.
So I think we leave this one aside. But you are welcome to, if you now you know it, if you want to become a party,
My lord, I would obviously like this petition then to be heard. So
no. This petition pertains to journalists' rights. Like I said, this is an exception to journalistic rights. Because surely it's not the privacy of journalists you're talking about. It's invasion of privacy by journalists. It will be placed the other way around.
I see, in particular, the question number 3, whether criminalization of defamation negates the fundamental right of freedom of speech. That is what I'm arguing before your lordship. That is precisely the question.
उसमें हमने काफी wide रखा है चीजें को.
जी, और भी aspects हैं, but at least if your lordship is deciding that issue, then I would like to be heard.
ये हमें जरा सोचना होगा, उसको क्लब करें, क्या करें? Can you cover other ground?
जी, मैं other ground. Sir, on the last date I pointed out that section 43 of PICA only recognized cyber terrorism, electronic propagation of sexually explicit material, and child pornography and related offense, child exploitation and related offences to be cognizable. All the other offences in the PICA law are non-cog. Now, the difference is, there are 3 crucial differences, sir. As your lordship knows, one, that an FIR can't be registered in non-cog, that investigation can only be done if...
So the law is all right.
Yes.
It's misuse. It's been misused or misapplied or intentionally, you're saying.
It has been done since 2016 when this law came. It was done in the Nawaz Sharif government, in the Imran Khan government, and now I'm here before your lordship again. Consistently, FIA has been using section 20 as if it is allows it to carry out arrests.
One thing could be that you can educate FIA.
I don't think I'm capable, sir.
No, we can maybe appoint you, explain the English language, what is the intent of the law. I think it could be lack of education. Or
I don't think the problem is English, sir.
But at least you should not condemn somebody just like that. It could be.
Perhaps the learned Attorney General will explain when his turn comes. But sir, what I was pointing out is that 3 crucial differences which they ignore is: 1, they can't register an FIR; 2, they can't start investigation on their own. They have to wait for a magistrate to order. And number 3, they can't make arrests without permission. So far as journalists are concerned, if this free hand to FIA is checked, then many of our grievances will be redressed. Fine, we'll still have to go to the magistrate, etc. when a criminal complaint is filed.
Can you show us the notice which was actually sent?
जी बिल्कुल सर. ये है सर पेज
इसी में
मेरी पिटिशन में CP 4 में. If your lordship sees page 18. There are many notices sent to many different journalists. I'll just point out one notice. And sir, page 18 is a notice.
Can you read it?
Ji.
Forget the names, just read the content.
So the